Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Manya and this is Living Fully with Manya. I've lost 29 pounds on the WW Purple plan and I love the plan. I think it is the best plan for those folks who want to eat as healthy as possible, limit processed foods, cook at home, and live an abundant life. But I am the first to admit that eating in a restaurant on WW Purple is difficult. We're given a very low number of points, and eating in a restaurant takes a lot of points. So today I have for you 8 tips on how you can eat in a restaurant and still be successful on the WW Purple plan. So let's get right into it. Tip number 1 seems pretty obvious, but can be difficult to some people. Don't do it often. If you're the type of person who is on the run all the time and you eat out of your car and you go through drive-thrus or you do a lot of food pickup, I'm sorry to say the Purple plan might not be the plan for you. It might be green actually, because eating in a restaurant takes a lot of points. And those of us who are successful on the Purple plan tend not to eat out very often. I want to reference a quote from the magician Penn Jillette. You may know that he's lost over 100 pounds on a high-starch, low-fat diet, but he hasn't given up meat and dairy and oil forever. He saves those times for what he calls rare and appropriate. And I think about that often. That works for me. You should be going out to a restaurant and eating out rarely and when it's appropriate. Appropriate is things like celebrating a birthday or an anniversary, or like me, going out to Easter brunch this weekend. It should not be a daily thing, or you just simply will not be able to stick to plan. Tip number 2 is you gotta get over your embarrassment of asking for special things in a restaurant. You just have to. If you're the type of person who goes in and likes to order the item on the menu and leave it at that, that's going to be very difficult. As someone who's been a vegetarian for over 20 years, I'm used to going into restaurants and saying, I'll have this, but please take this off. So for example, here in Texas, it's very hard to find a salad that doesn't have meat on it. No big deal. I say, I'll take the salad, but please leave the bacon off. They don't care. I want to assure you that they want you, the restaurant owner, the chef, and the server want you to be happy and to have a good experience in their restaurant. So don't be shy about asking them to steam something instead of fry it, or boil something instead of fry it. Get over that. It'll be okay, I promise. Tip number 3 is to pick the one thing you want to indulge in and not the entire menu. I'll give you an example. I went out to a restaurant for lunch yesterday, to this restaurant I love here in Fort Worth, because they make something called the Texas Smoked Salad. It's so good. It has pecans that have been smoked, so they have that kind of smoky flavor, a little bit of Gouda cheese, and then the rest is all 0-point greens. So I ordered that, I counted the nuts and the cheese, and then I got a side of French fries. Because I decided that I wanted my one indulgence at that restaurant that day to be the French fries. And so I countered it with the big salad full of mostly 0-point foods. So try to do what you do at home, which is to build your meal starting with 0-point foods and then use your points wisely from there. Tip number 4 is what I would say to anyone who has a craving. Indulge it a little bit and then keep it to that one indulgence, right? So if you want to have that side of French fries, eat the side of French fries, but then don't say to yourself, okay, the whole day is blown, so I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen and get a Blizzard, right? Learn to confine your indulgences to that one instance, that one meal, that one day, whatever it is that you have decided the time frame is, stick to that time frame and don't let yourself out of that box. Tip number 5, use your weeklies. Here's the thing, I see a lot of people scared to use your weeklies. I want you to try to trust the program. WW obviously does not calorie count as a part of the program, and I think that can get into people's heads because we're so focused on losing weight means calorie deficiency. And yes, of course that is true, but because we're not counting calories, it can feel like we're not deficient, especially those of us who eat whole unprocessed carbs because we're never hungry. And I know that at the beginning, I thought, well, if I'm not hungry, I'm not gonna lose weight, right? It's kind of a mind game. So I want to encourage you to think that the number of points that WW gives you every single day are designed to keep you in that calorie deficient state, and then your weeklies help round out the calorie deficiencies, if you will. So don't be afraid of using the weeklies. They are designed to be used, and they are not going to blow your diet. I promise. If you go out for one meal and you track everything and you use all your weeklies, you're going to be okay. Tip number 6 is for the newbies. If this is not already on your radar, there are a lot of restaurant point values in the WW system, on the app and also in the browser on your computer. So if you're the type of person who likes to go to chain restaurants, consult the app before you go. Plan ahead. I try to never go to a restaurant, whether it's in the app or not, without deciding what I'm going to get before I get there, because it is too overwhelming when I'm there and I'm with a friend who doesn't know I'm doing this, and I get kind of stressed out. So plan ahead, and if you like to go like to Applebee's or to Chili's or to something like that, check the app because it very well might be in there and you don't really have to think much about it. Tip number 7 is kind of a variation on a theme, but I want to encourage you to believe in your own willpower. I definitely see a lot of people saying they don't have any willpower, right? I can't. I'm really good throughout the day, and then after dinner, I just want a snack, and so that's when I lose it, and I eat all the food in my house. I hear that, and I hear that you believe that. But I don't actually believe that. I believe that you have willpower. And you have willpower at night, and you also have willpower at the restaurant. You really do. I'm not saying that it's easy. I'm not saying that you won't be disappointed that you didn't get the drink and eat the dessert. But if your goal is to lose weight, you need to learn to focus on that goal and to stay the course. I'm going to link above and below a video I did on learning how to use your willpower and some tips for that. Especially in a restaurant, there's some good tips in there that you can use to physically remove the food from your eyesight, from your ability to eat it. Do what you need to do to find that willpower. And the final tip, tip number 8, is limit the alcohol. It's not conducive to losing weight. And if you're going to go to a restaurant and you're going to get the French fries and you're going to order the dessert and you're going to have the drink, those are point busters. Most alcoholic drinks use a lot of points, And so I think this speaks again to choosing what it is that you want to indulge on. It may be that glass of wine, but it probably shouldn't be the glass of wine, the French fries, clearly I like French fries, and the dessert. You need to choose, and alcohol really can inhibit weight loss. So, and it's quite expensive in a restaurant. I say save it for another night at home. Those are my 8 tips for successfully eating out on the WW Purple plan. I do want to say a couple of things about Purple. It's very difficult. It's very difficult on any diet to be successful without planning ahead. That does not mean that you need to plan every single meal you're going to eat for the entire week. I don't do that, and I've been very successful. But for me, it does mean that I need to have food with me at all times, or bad things happen. Sometimes that's just a little bag of 0-point potatoes that I eat. When I find myself out and about without food and I'm hungry, it's hard. It's very, very hard. The Purple plan gives you a very narrow window of points. If you want to have more points, do consider checking into other plans. Green plan gives you the most number of daily points, but only fruits and vegetables are 0. If you like the Purple plan because you like eating at home and you like eating whole unprocessed foods, then you can extend that out into the world and into restaurants. It's just a little bit harder than the other plans. However, I know that you got this. This is a journey we are on together. So let me know in the comments below, what tip did I miss? What is it that you do to eat in a restaurant and be successful on the WW Purple plan? That's it for now, folks. I will see you in the next video. Bye.